Hi everybody, when you're new to DayZ, you may not fully appreciate the amount of wear that happens to your stuff and the importance of what happens when stuff does get worn. So in this video we're going to be talking about boots and shoes. So as you can see, my character has got some hiking shoes on here. If we go up to the top we can have a look and see what they are, and if we have a look up here they say they're pristine and they offer medium insulation when they are dry. Now these will wear out as we use them, as you would expect, as you're moving around. However, if you want to avoid them wearing out too fast, what you need to do is avoid running on hard surfaces. So in this particular example here is if I was to run all the way up the east coast of Chernerus on the road here, that would really wear my shoes out pretty quickly. What I should do is I should run in the grassy area like this, and as you would expect that would cause less wear and tear because it's not tearing into the soles. Similarly, railways are really bad for ruining your shoes as well. So whatever you do, don't just run along willy-nilly along a railway because it will start to chew into your shoes and start to ruin them. So when in doubt, always run on something soft. There's no slippage or no slippy mechanic in DayZ, so it's not like you're going to start slipping and sliding or using more stamina or something like that. So that's how to avoid your shoes getting ruined and worn out too fast. Stay away from sort of stones and concrete and tarmac and stuff, and stick to the soft, lovely, spongy ground. Now what will happen is if your shoes do become ruined, your feet may well start to bleed, which is very dangerous, and you might not realise. You might go, why am I bleeding? It's because your feet are cut. And what can sometimes happen as well is you'll get a cut, you won't notice because you won't have been in a fight. That cut will then heal by itself and you'll give yourself a chance of getting blood poisoning. And you don't want that, because unless you can fix it with some tetracycline or quickly use some iodine or some disinfectant, you're gonna die. Now, you can fix shoes as you're going along. So let's take these shoes off here. So here we have an example of some shoes here. So here's some trail shoes that are, as you can see, they're badly damaged. Also remember, when something becomes ruined and you take it off, you can't put it back on again. It's done. So let's put these into hands. Now, as of patch 1.19, the only thing that can fix shoes and boots is the leather repair kit. So you can see I've combined the two and it's saying patch, so I could patch them. Or I guess the other thing you could do is if you were to drop the shoes on the ground and then you've got the leather repair kit in your hand, you'll see you get the option to get down a bit closer. Let's patch them up. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Right, let's see what they've gone to. So they have gone to worn. Okay, which is pretty good. Now you can't repair stuff beyond worn. It'll always go back to worn. But what you should always do, I think, is you should always carry a spare pair of shoes, or what you can do now is you can create temporary improvised shoes out of rags. So if we have a bunch of rags in our hand, if you look down in the bottom left hand corner, it says rag, craft improvise hand wrapping. If we go down, head wrapping, feet wrapping. And so we can make these out of rags, and these make shoes that are, well, they're improvised. So you can make them straight away out of some rags, and then there we are. So what we'll do now is let's take them off. Let's put the rags on our feet instead. Oh, I didn't. What did I make? What did I make? I didn't make what I meant to make. Feet wrapping. There we go. I made a bandage for my face instead, didn't I? So let's make some feet wrappings. Now, at the moment, these are pretty OP. There we go, we've got them on there. Because they make you virtually silent for running around, which is great for making sure you don't trigger zombies. And it's great for PvP as well. And when they get worn, you can just repair them with some more rags, or because I think it only takes 4 to make them, you can just make a fresh set of rags. So as long as you've always got a knife and you go into a building, you can always have a set of improvised feet wrappings. And what I do now is I'll have my ordinary shoes that I have with me, and then I'll always have some improvised feet wrappings. So as I'm going into a village or a town or somewhere where there's zombies, I swap over to my improvised feet wrapping so that I don't trigger zombies by mistake. You know, typical thing, you walk around a corner and there's a zombie there, and in your big clodhopper noisy infantry boots they can hear you straight away. So that helps that way. And then I always make sure I've got rags. Rags are one of the most important things in the game, you know, because you can make things like rope out of them as well. So I'll always have, you know, I generally always have at least 12 rags on me so that I can disinfect some of them if I've got the right disinfectant, so that I can use them as bandages, but then I can also use them as improvised feet coverings. And then you'll see me as well, if you're ever watching one of my streams, every now and again I'll just stop and I'll just go through all of my equipment and I'll just be checking to see what state it's in, so that if it is just damaged, I can then step in and repair it with some duct tape or a sewing kit or a leather repair kit. Or if it's something that can't be repaired, I can really start looking for replacements, so that I can put them on. So you're not caught in that situation where you've got worn stuff on, when you're in a tight situation where you're trying to get away from zombies, for example, and your feet your shoes are badly damaged and they're going to go ruined and they're going to start bleeding. You're going to lead yourself to all sorts of nasty stuff. So there we go. So hopefully that is useful. If you want to make your shoes last a long time, don't run on roads, don't run on paths, don't run on railway lines. Stick to the nice soft grass. Keep an eye on what's happening to your shoes and repair them with leather repair kits. Always keep a spare pair of shoes or enough rags to make some improvised feet wrappings, or keep some improvised feet wrappings ready to go in your inventory if you've got enough space. Okay, that's enough from me. Hopefully you found that useful. If you have, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And I will, of course, see you again soon.